Hello. Well, I don't know why I was clapping, but anyways, my name is Arlie, and this is Arlie Tarot, and this is a pick a card reading. I this reading, the cards that you see before you, I haven't looked at them, but they have been literally in this formation and like waiting for me to record this. I think for like a solid week, and it's so weird, but today is the day. um I kind of knew today was the day for me to record this because when I was driving to work earlier, I was like, yeah, when I get home I'm going to record this reading. And I heard in my head like today's the day, so here we are. When I initially was doing this reading, like setting it up, I wanted it to be something like have an indicator card, which is this one right here, the one that you see, to tell me kind of like what the reading was about and let the rest speak for itself, which is kind of what I do when I'm doing a reading for someone that doesn't have a specific question in mind, like when I do a personal reading. So it was going to be along the lines of, I don't know what I'm going to call this video, which is what I'm going where I'm going into the history of the reading, but I initially wanted it to be like, oh, your first tarot reading or something like that. But I guess we'll know together eventually because you already saw the title. Anyways, I think I'm rambling. Definitely this energy. There's a lot of throat things happening here, meaning a lot to say. I mainly I just have to add your spirit guides are very, very much present and very ready to communicate. Um, and I love that for you, everybody. It literally applies to all of the piles. And for some of you that watch all of them, that's okay too. Um, but yeah, so we have three piles to choose from. The first one is a little opal, and I hope its beauty is coming through because I know it's a little bit dim lighting and whatever. And also, um, yeah. So pile two, this is laboratory, and again, I'm hoping you're seeing some flashes from this. This is a beautiful stone. Okay. And then pile three, you have a Dalmatian jasper little pyramid. Doesn't It's not shiny, but it is a cute stone as well. Very interesting mix of crystals, I have to say. Even size wise, I usually get something uniform, but again, you all are very unique people. So yeah, let's begin. I'm going to start with pile one, and timestamps are below. And go ahead and choose your pile, and I'll see you there. Hello, pile one. So if you guys chose the little opal, this is going to be your reading. Excuse me. You saw the intro. I said this is a lot of like throat chakra activation kind of thing coming through in this energy. You will hear me drink a lot of water. I'm not just a pair of talking hands. I also need water and stuff. Anyways, but um, I keep looking at this for some reason. There's something mesmerizing happening around you or happening to you maybe. Your energy feels like this, right? And someone's quite literally trying to figure you out or something, Pawan. That's really interesting. Okay. So this reading was inspired by me basically wanting to do the style of reading that I do when I'm reading for someone and they don't have a specific question. And I usually pull an identifier card for that. And this is what this card is for us today. Um, this is gonna kind of set the tone of what we're reading about. and then we'll dive into some pre-pulled cards. And I also have another deck next to me that I'll use if I need, obviously, to clarify with more tarot, which I anticipate I will. So I'm kind of going to put and this is tarot as well, and these are all oracles, and we're going to leave them for the end. I think that's what I want to do. But let's see what this reading is about. Let's see what your spirit guides need to talk to you about. Ooh, oh my God! When I tell you you are so unique, this makes sense to me. You see how all of those colors are in there? Oh my God! Oh my God! I got so excited when I saw this card. Okay, originality. There you are. God damn. All right, you are very original, very intricate. You know, it's interesting how these things around here look like the center, but they're not there yet. So you could be bringing in people who, quite frankly, you inspire because of the way that you are. And they are the same way, right? They are the same way, but they still don't see their own magic. But maybe you reflecting, you showing up authentically and originality has a lot to do with authenticity for this collective. You doing that means they see your magic and they gravitate towards you because they're just like you as well. Almost like, and again, this is also for you. View it as in this way where whatever you gravitate towards, the people that you gravitate towards and you admire for how they are, it's because you also possess those qualities. Okay, your spirit guides kind of want you to use that as a pivotal, like a pinpoint kind of thing. Also, when your nose gets itchy, it's confirmation for you or whatever you're thinking. All right, the frequency over excuse me, the frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. Wow, you are a rare breed. I'll keep referring to the opal because the opal quite literally has all those colors in it, and it's like, what a synchronicity. Maybe opal is trying to work with you. You might want to look into. I think I want to put this. Oh no, because there's glare on it. Okay, we're figuring it out. Okay, we're figuring things out. All right. Um. Okay, maybe you do want to get something with opal or a little piece of it, or I don't know. I'm seeing a little heart, like a little heart pendant that's an opal that you wear. Or you've been thinking about it getting a crystal necklace. Maybe that's what you want to go for. Okay. Some of you have like a ring, silver ring with an opal in the middle. I don't know. I'm touching my finger here because I feel like maybe you wear it here. But all right, let's continue. Ace of Cups. Ah, okay. This is beautiful. And the lovers. Oh my God. Okay. This puts thing. Okay. This is puts thing into perspective. I'm literally tongue twisted now because I get your energy. Okay. It could be someone who is admiring who you are and they don't know that they're doing it because they're just like you. Do you see how the sun here and these colors all kind of resemble this card as well? It's almost like this is in the middle there. That is so interesting. I like the number 6 as well. A lot of harmony here. Very harmonious. Very, very, oh, they're so cute. Are you kidding? It's so cute. This could be, okay. They're just pulling a lot of information for me as far as to give you confirmation of who this person is for you. For some of you, this is someone that you and them share like the love of water and going to the beach. It's so interesting than the water. Um, for others of you is both of you could have cats. Some of your cats could even look like the cats depicted here as well. That's confirmation for some of you. Gemini, it's obviously here as well. Air signs in general, but definitely Gemini. Um, and also water signs. So Capricorn is not a water sign. um, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is here as well. Mainly Cancer and Pisces is what I get from this energy. But the lotus flowers, ooh, I'm sorry, I tapped my mic. The lotus flowers in the back there are interesting too. Mm. Two peas in a pod, honestly. How cute is that? Um, I think this also goes back to the whole uh, people are gravitating towards you. They're seeing themselves in you. You also are someone. I feel like you carry your heart in your sleeve. You are quite literally a lover. Maybe you yourself identify yourself as a lover or someone who loves love. And that's kind of like the path that you walk on a daily basis, you know? And it's like for some reason there's a lot of energy trying to tell you and trying to give you confirmation about just how much you're valued and appreciated for this, but there's something not necessarily blocking you yourself from recognizing that it within you, but more of they want you to bask in that, like appreciate yourself as well. This this is interesting too. Now I'm seeing this like an internal hug, like you hugging your own self. Like there's something about acceptance. Oh, acceptance. Also, the lack of acceptance of maybe your soft side or your softer side um, is it, there's like friction with your originality there. So they're saying it's time to just accept that you, if you haven't gotten to that point, okay, or maybe this is just confirmation. If you already did this and you're like, oh, that's why I feel more at home within myself. That's what that feeling was. But it's more of accepting who you are wholeheartedly and mainly accepting the softer, more um, loving side of you as a strength, as something to be celebrated, not to be kind of like, don't shelter that part of you, because by sheltering it you are hindering your originality. And like I said, you are calling in people that are alike, they're like you. Look at that, those flowers again. um when I tell you love and beauty and like the sense of like you're blooming into who you're meant to be and then meant to be with, and people meant to be around you and you around them, it's all around you. And now it's like eventually it's like part of you. There's that water again. I mean, it's the Page of Cups. Come on. What a contrasting energy here. The top of the deck. Okay. Let's see what else. Oops. See, that's that like refusal of this. You're like refusing, not refusing. What is the exact word that I want to use here? It's not a refusal, it's more of hey, I've tried this many times and it hasn't really worked out. So while you're still hopeful, there's still that little bit of blockage, and they're saying, don't block this. Um, and it's nothing that you can, because okay, people that struggle with like anxiety or they're going through their healing journey as far as like accepting themselves and all of this can kind of, you can be like, well, if I'm overly anxious, is that what I'm going to manifest? No, that's not how that works. um it's more of, I feel like slowly but surely, the more that you integrate and the more that you accept of yourself, especially again going back to your softness, your authenticity, your honesty, the way that you show up for people, the way that you show them you love them, even if in the moment it's not recognized as such, but you know that it's coming from good intent. All of that, the more that you recognize that within yourself, right, it becomes a little bit easier to be who you are. And kind of like everything that life can throw at you, you're going to be seeing it through different lenses because of it, right? That's kind of how healing works. It's not necessarily that everything's going to get better or if you don't do the work, everything's going to get worse, or you're manifesting this. No, it's more of your journey gets easier, but not necessarily because things get easier. But I mean, maybe they do. It's more of the lens that you're seeing things through. So your spirit guides want you to see yourself through other people's lenses as well. Because, like I said, you are a curiosity, and it's not in a bad way. It's not in a, oh, let's look at so and so because they're so weird or they're this and they're, it's not like that. You are, like I said, because you're walking a very unique path and a very authentic path at the moment. You are slowly encountering your people, like, and it's not necessarily that they're copies of you or you copies of them, um but you also are, you're meant to recognize the fact, look at that at the bottom of the deck, yeah, you're meant to recognize that wherever you're led is for a reason as well. The people that you attract is for a reason as well. And this also kind of gives you peace of mind about what didn't work or did work out in the past, because it was all in divine timing. You could just not, it wasn't recognizable to you then because you weren't as far ahead as you are now, right? Whew. Okay. I was, that's gonna resonate with whoever needs to, but that was a lot that just came through, and that, I don't even know what I just said, to be quite honest. That was all very channeled. Okay. um I want to ask a little bit more of a specific question. Let's ask why the Ace of Cups is here, because all of that felt like a pep talk to me, you know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing. It's more of like, hey, I want, wow, now I'm emotional. Yeah. I want, this is like your spirit guys. They're like, I want you to recognize your goodness because you deserve goodness, and goodness is coming. And we don't want you in the Four of Cups moment where you're like, I don't believe this is for me. No, 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 for you. And they're also saying where you've settled in the past, or where your energy was not recognized for, I'm sorry, I don't know if this is recording or not now. Okay. Maybe it's not. Let's try this again. Okay. I'm sorry. I think my audio went a little crazy, and I don't know how much I recorded of everything. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I hope I wasn't talking to myself, but if I was, oh well, I was. I'll put it in the timestamp so you guys can skip ahead. But I was saying something very important, so I'm gonna circle back to it. Um, Goodness is coming into your life, so it is a moment where they want you to recognize your goodness as you move forward, because it's going to be easier for you to receive. Okay. And there's a lot that they want to bring in for you. I think I was also mentioning how, if in the past you were not, things were not reciprocated to you, now is the time for reciprocation. It's about to be the time for reciprocation, and they don't want you to be closed off to that. They want you to, just how you see the goodness in others, see the goodness in yourself, and believe that you deserve good things coming in, because there's a lot of harmony. Like I said, there's a lot of goodness coming in for you. All right. I was asking about the Ace of Cups, and which is why I'm saying there's a lot of harmony. There's also like inspiration coming in. Ooh, look at that jumper. I think I have to take that. And this was face down. You see, this is the energy where it was okay for you to be in this energy for a little bit while you were figuring yourself out. I think you were aligning certain things and also anchoring certain foundations into your life. as like literally knowing who you are, right? But now it's time to recognize yourself, and you could be a little bit unrecognizable to yourself because of the way the world has been feeding back information to you, and they're saying, okay, that's about to shift, so now it's time for you to believe. Okay. Wow. I mean, wow. Yeah, you are in a time of receiving. I'm so sorry, guys. I also don't know if my audio cut off again. I think it's because I need to charge the mics that I was using, but okay. Just gonna go back to the old phone mic, and that's okay. All right. So I was saying that it is time for you to receive. This is not a this is not just whatever. You got two major arcana so far, and the two major arcana that you have, along with the court card that you have. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, this is definitely for some of you about a union with someone. I cannot ignore that because look at the two cards that you have here. And now the lovers being sandwiched between the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. It's kind of like hard to ignore. I also love all the yellow that's here. Very sunny, very breezy, very beautiful energy. 2025 is going to be a really good year for you guys. They want you to believe that you set a foundation already. You did the work. You know what the pinnacle work is? The pinnacle work is quite literally the 3D work. The very tough, the opposite of the lovers. The other side of the coin is the devil, which is the pentacle, right? It's pentacles. So you did the work of rummaging through the shadows to find who you truly are, rummaging through the heartbreak, the loneliness, the codependency, the things that you needed to heal to bring this forward. You've set the foundation for a lot of power and goodness to finally flourish into your reality. Like I said before, I don't know if it was recording or not, but like the feedback that you were getting from your external world was not showing you, it wasn't showing you completely your character, right? It wasn't showing that you, it wasn't showing yourself, it wasn't showing you, hey, I am an empress, I am attracting beauty, I am attracting good things. It was showing you a distorted part of that. Maybe it was in the painful stages of getting here. And how you get here is with the queen, with all the queens, right? So Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. A lot of journeys. You've lived so many lives in one lifetime. Maybe you feel like you resonate with that. Okay, and now I want to ask about the lovers. Why are the lovers here? I kind of want to organize this a little better. So I was asking about this. I want to put the lovers here, and I want to see what comes up. You don't say. That's so funny. All right. I want to point out how there's two people in this card, okay? Well, two main people. There's people in the back as well. One is wearing blue, and the other one's wearing red. So let's see what comes out here, okay? Look at the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, my God. Okay, anyways. Why is the lovers here? So it could be a water sign. Someone you've loved before is what I'm hearing. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. Okay, it doesn't. have to be an ex, but and it doesn't have to be in this lifetime either. Now we're getting very woo-woo out there, but there's something about maybe this person is not from this lifetime, but from a past lifetime, and your paths have finally aligned. There's a coming together of energies for sure. For sure, there's like a union in some kind of way. Okay, it jumped out. Wow. I am keeping the Queen of Pentacles, because that's crazy synchronistic to me. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, though. The fact that these came out after, right? It's almost, the story is kind of telling me the reason why there's going to be a lot of alignment, synchronicities for you moving forward is because they don't want this to pass you by. And again, it's not like it can anyways, but it's more of like there's this beautiful new cycle anchoring in for you. You sense it. It's in your grasp already. She is very focused on this, but you see how the Empress is just allowing the abundance to just come to her. She's not worried about it. Not to say that the Queen of Pentacles is, but just how they're depicted. There's something about watching something a little too closely, and they want you to gain perspective. Okay, you shift back a little bit, and when you shift back, when you kind of like take yourself out of like the nitty-gritty of things, you see magic. You see the magic around you, and you accept your own magic as well. And then you're able to accept, like, it's hard to accept love when you lack it within. It's not that it's impossible, and it's not that one cannot drive you to the other and vice versa. However, the love that you're meant to be experiencing, which, my goodness, it's a beautiful love, okay? And if this is not just romantic for some of you, it could be community-wise, but it does feel very romantic for a lot of you. It's like faded. It's beautiful. It's something that you need to experience in this energy, which is why they want you to accept the fact that you are in this energy. Okay? Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. I'm going to leave the bottom of the deck here because I feel like that's just a foreshadowing of what the oracle cards have to say. I want to peek. Oh, would you look at that? A divine counterpart. You don't say. Oh, okay. All right, we'll see that. You see how this trumps that? Okay, perfect. So yeah, it is an Ace of Swords moment. Someone could be quite literally confessing something to you here. They could literally be just telling you just how, not just how they feel about you, but it could be an intense conversation. Mainly because for some of you, this person's not necessarily someone that you're in contact with. Take that as it resonates. All right, we're going to move towards this now. Reflecting pool, stillness. And it's a 33 master teacher number. Reflecting pool is perfect for you. Quite literally, they want you to see yourself for who you truly are. Sorry. Couple of burps there. I'm gonna take those as confirmation. Yeah, you are wise and you are ready for this. I don't know what wise and ready had to do with anything, but 33 is a master teacher number. It's not just any number. It's a very significant number. You might want to look that up also because you have a 3 over here. So 33s could be kind of confirmation for you. Things coming in 3 as well in your life. Wow. Part 1, when I tell you, it is time to believe in the impossible and not just believe in it. Believe that it can happen to you, because I feel like you already believe. You believe very deeply in this. but it's time to accept the fact that it's happening to you as well. When it starts to happen, when it's here, they're saying when it's here, accept it. Obviously, there's free will here. And also, depending on who this is, you will know who this is, or you will know when you know, okay? Because it doesn't feel, look at the cards that we got here. It doesn't feel like someone that's abusive or manipulative. It feels like someone who is very grounded, just like you. They're very much a reflection of who you are. They're who you deserve. So don't settle. That's another thing. The version of you in the past that you can now reflect on is, it's a mirror to you in the sense of they could have settled for something, but you are not that person anymore. So you don't settle for the same thing that past you did, even though in the past you don't think you were settling anyways. I hope that makes sense to someone. But okay, this is the energy that I was picking up that I couldn't voice correctly. So failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Yes, I feel like you've experienced this already. You've healed a lot of this. A lot of what you felt was failures. You do see how now they're not quite, they're not that. They were what you needed at the moment and that time. I just feel like they don't want you to ruminate in this energy anymore. Like it's been done, it's been cleared, right? It's been wiping the slate clean is what I'm getting now. It's been dealt with. So now it's like a closing of a chapter and shifting completely, because this energy here feels very different from this energy. Even if like we look up at the parallels here, they're very different. Very different everything is what comes through. Which would make sense because this is a lot of working and making sense of things. And healing as well, because it's like, okay. Okay. Wow. Dragon's Horde. Protecting the future. 12 I set to 3, by the way. So pile 1, 3s are very significant for you. And again, everything that it's meant for you is very, very protected, very well taken care of. I can't ignore the 2 keys, the little hearts. Last year was the year of a dragon. This year is the year of the snake. That might be significant for some of you. Celebrating a Chinese New Year could be significant for some of you as well. This is the dream deck, the Shaman's dream deck. You could be having very vivid, wild, crazy dreams right now. This person could be someone that meets you in the dream state as well. So you can kind of get used to their energy and you'll recognize their energy. Interesting. Interesting. It does feel like I'm done with this reading, but I don't know what it is. There's something. What is it? I'm like a little uneasy for some reason. I'm not blaming you for that. It's just what I feel. It's almost, it feels like I'm not done with the reading, but I feel done at the same time. But to be done, I'm just gonna pull one more card, okay? And let's just see what comes up. Just because it's like, you know, like a little naggy feeling where I'm like, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I know when I'm done, right? Oh my God, is that someone? That feels like literally someone speaking through me those words. I I know when I'm done. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm curious to see what card comes out now. Because this will be the last card. So let's just see what comes up. If anything comes up. Yeah. This is that feeling that I was feeling. This will pass. This whole like back and forth in the mental state of like, excuse me, maybe when like this offer is being presented to you, or this person comes into your life, or you come into this person's life, whatever's going down is going down, and you're seeing things manifest for you, and you're like, there's no way. Like, there's something about believing. You have to keep believing and keep cutting through this with honestly logic, even though you might think, oh, I'm overthinking, let's not think. No, actually, you know, you drop the swords, you take the blindfold off, and then you see quite literally. You pick up one sword, you don't need two. There's a need for allowing. Yeah, that's the main message that they want to take. They want you to take from here. There's a need for you to just allow. Okay, allow things to happen here. Keep believing in the impossible. And I know you already do, but you need to believe in the impossible for yourself. Nothing wrong with being in this energy too. It's okay. Like I said, it's not like you're gonna manifest more of that. It's not how that works. But it'll be an easier ride, is what they're saying. If you kind of just allow and accept. Allow and accept. All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Pawan, for letting me read for you. I love your energy. I love your reading. I wish you the absolute best. I hope to see you in other readings in the future. And you guys have a good one. Hi, part 2. If you guys picked the labradorite, this is going to be your reading. I'm trying to get this to flash for you, but I don't even know if it's doing it. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be your reading. I feel like holding this stone while I explain everything. So you might definitely need labradorite to calm your crown and like your third eye, because I instantly have like a little bit of pressure like on my temples, my forehead, the top of my head for some reason. Okay, so initially when I was planning this reading, it was going to be for kind of how it feels like to get a reading when you don't know what you want to ask about. And that's why we have an indicator card, which is this one. And then these are 2 tarot cards that are going to go along with it. These are going to be for advice at the end. And yeah, I haven't seen these, so let's just see what comes through. Here I am back with this stone. Okay. Maybe you want to get like a worry stone, so that you can like fiddle with and like have like in your pocket. Or yeah, that's really what I want to say. Or maybe you fidget with things. You found yourself. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. That was so loud. That was so loud. Okay. Maybe you fidget. I'm gonna take that as confirmation. Maybe you fidget with things, or like you play with things to calm yourself, or to like focus when you need to focus. Okay. Random. Some of you need to take care of your allergies, okay? All right. Let's get into your reading. All right, your spirit guides are definitely here. we're definitely logged in, pal, too. So let's see what this is about. Okay, all right. I really love this. Divine Feminine. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side. Oh, Lord. Facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. Oh, that is a beautiful card. That is a beautiful energy. Some of you are here from Part 1. For sure. For sure. Of course you are. But this is very interesting. I'm being called to all these little points. I feel like tiny suns. Like little bursts of like happiness and beauty in your life. Whether, you know, you are identified as like with the Divine Feminine energy heavily, that's going to be very beautiful for you. But, you know, if you are just a masculine balancing this energy within, wow, are you in for a wild ride? You're in for a ride of like beautiful, harmonious togetherness, but like happening within. I said it in Part 1 and I'll say here too. It feels like an internal hug, whatever that means. Like it feels like love, like a lot of beautiful self-love. Wow. And for those of you that this is manifesting at the, or like not manifesting, but being pointed out in your energy because of someone coming in being so genuinely loving as well. Wow, what a beautiful energy. Wow. Okay, some of you are definitely here from Part 1. 4 of Wands. Interesting. And the 10 of Wands. Okay. That actually makes sense. It does make sense. Look at this angry little cat. He's a little, those ears are not happy ears. I think we're going from this energy being overwhelming to us to, and I say us in the sense of like collective wise, right? This energy is overwhelming to you. It could have been overwhelming because it's not that you weren't ready to fully experience it. It's more of like you were healing that kind of side of you. And now that you're, it's not that you're healed and it's done. I don't know what the words are, but you'll just bear with me. I hope I get my message across. All right, let me focus. All right. Feeling like this kind of energy can be overwhelming. It's you working through the energy to get used to it, to quite literally alchemize it, because that's who we are. We are alchemists. We are magicians. And we do that, like it's, again, as above, so below, as within, so without. You were containing a lot of this and not letting it spill out into the world because you were alchemizing it. And the 10 of Wands is literally a letting go of that. It's the end of that. And it's also the fact that it's Wands speaks to like the magic part of this. So everything that needed to be burned away, renewed, healed, alchemized, changed, has been done. And now it's time to enjoy the fruits of that labor. This energy doesn't bother or doesn't feel like a burden anymore. That's what it is. Being soft and loving doesn't feel like a burden anymore. If anything, it feels like a calling. It feels like authenticity and I was gonna say integrity. Like it is your integrity. Yeah, because that's who you are. Okay, let's get into tarot and see what else comes up here. All right, more wands. Look at that, 8 of wands. Okay, we're ready. Let's see what the cards have to say. That's just your spirit guide saying we're ready to talk. What a beautiful 4 of wands, honestly. The deck is all like making me shuffle it weird. Okay. There's a lot of me saying to myself here, let's focus, let's refocus. Or like, let's focus on the reading. And it's not that I'm not focused on your reading, Pautu. It's more of like, it's like your energy, or maybe there could be a lot happening at once as well. That 10 of wands makes sense here too. For that, there could be a lot happening all at once, and your spirit guides want you to know that this is kind of like everything fusing, and eventually there's like this point, this origin of everything. It's cooking up and eventually not necessarily explode. That's not what I'm seeing, but it's more of, in a way it is. It kind of I think you've reached the point of letting go of what no longer serves you, so that you could authentically represent this energy. Okay, finally live in it, be in it, carry it within you without it being burdensome to you. And this could definitely, look at what's beeping up here. This could definitely be attached to, not attached in the sense of without this person you don't have this, no, but attached in the sense of, yeah, there's like a thread of fate here for some of you with someone who they bring this out of you. They help you kind of settle into this energy as well. For some of you, this is like externally someone else. For others of you, I feel like it's a union within. Okay, take that as it resonates. For some of you, it could be both at the same time. This is you within, and then because it's within, it's outside of you as well. You're manifesting someone and you're calling someone in. A partner, a kindred spirit is what I'm hearing. Magician just like you. Someone as well, because this is your energy, but this is also this person's energy. So if you feel like, sometimes I'm talking about you, and then sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely that person, it's because it's so like the same. Like visually, what I'm getting, it's like, you know how one image is on top of another, like when something's like in 3D, there's like layers of different colors, but they're all the same thing, kind of like that, right? That's what I'm getting. Like this is someone who lays things out, and they're not afraid to show, first of all, how they got here to this point in their life. They're not afraid to like talk about who they are, how they got there, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, the trials, tribulations, everything. They're not afraid of that. Like the authenticity part of it, I feel like it's so reflective. It's like both of you. And it's like the more that they are authentically themselves, the easier it is for you. Because it's like, yeah, someone reflecting back to you what you've been doing for a while now, which is be authentically yourself. It's gonna be like a little bit of a shock to you. I feel like it's not that you don't believe this person, but they're raw, authenticity, just like yours, can maybe, I don't know, there's something about it that irks you, and it's not in a bad way, and it's not in a bad way, especially when you're in this energy. It can be more of a, you see the annoyance part, because they could be, and you're doing this for them as well. Okay, this is like vice versa. This is happening simultaneously to both of you when you are encountering each other, which is so interesting. It's funny. Now it's funny. Okay. Because if I'm seeing it as the cat and I'm reading that behavior, like in my cat, for example, it's like I'm annoying them, but at the same time we're playing. There's toys. This is good. This is good energy. There's a lot that we're getting through and we're letting go of because we're encountering each other and having conversations or going through things. And like there's something about that kind of relationships and those relationships in your life in general. That's not just one specific person, but relationships in your life in general have landed you in this place where now you're ready to just be with the person that you're meant to be with, but they're also at the same time unearthing certain things that you've had to heal, that you've healed already, but they're making you recognize them. And that recognition stage of things can be burdensome. I get it. It can be a little bit of a burden. It's a little annoying to have good things coming into your life, right? Yeah, to have good things, this energy, to be in this energy, but at the same time having a little bit of the past being like, damn, I can't believe, like, I can believe this is happening to me now. This is beautiful. I love it. But damn, did I settle in the past? Or this, yeah, I really did settle. There's a lot of that clarity coming in. And it is a little bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying. Or it could be an annoying part of this alignment with this person. An annoying part of aligning to this energy as well for a lot of you. Oh, man. See, the soft, nurturing, and receptive side of you is being triggered by what it feels like it's another person or relationships in general for you as well. Okay. This is so interesting. Okay. I'm more like giddy. All right. Let's ask about the 401s again. Oh no, let's pull one card for the 10 of Wands because I'm curious. What's annoying? What's a little bit like making you do airplane ears? Okay, yeah, like, yeah. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, it is like I was saying, because of what's being offered to you, so genuine, so meant for you. And it is the time for you to be receptive to it, and you are receptive to it. You're softening to life, softening to letting things happen that are meant for you and that are really good, and you're expecting a lot of goodness. You are expecting a lot of goodness. It can then trigger the remembrance of when things actually did not work out. There's something about you also recognizing that without the loneliness, the misery, the hurt that you've, and this is, please take this if it resonates, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, but bear with me as I get this out. There's something about recognizing, getting to the point, that 10 of Wands point, that moment is you recognizing how sorrow, loneliness, heartache, heartbreak is part of accepting and recognizing love, companionship, authenticity, real connection, real friendship, real and good, healthy things into your life. It's almost like the sweetness of things is sweeter because you've tasted bitter. Does that make it? I don't know if that's a saying, but that rhymes as well. That was interesting. So yeah, the things are about to be very sweet, very nice, very soft, and they're about to be very much what you've deserved all along, okay? And you know that you've deserved all along, but you've have not had it yet. Or you've had it in little short bursts of connections. And it's a bitter, maybe that's what that means. A bittersweet moment. It's like, is that what that means? I don't know. But it is a bittersweet moment for you. It's not the Five of Pentacles. Well, Pentacles could be too, but it's not the Five of Cups. It's not that you're lingering here in this energy. It's almost like this goodness, this sweetness brings, and I could cry right now, Patu. And if you're crying, let me hold your hand, okay? I'm there. I get you. I get it. The sweetness of things that are being presented to you and you're experiencing, or you're about to experience, you're allowing yourself to experience, does bring stuff up that have not been so good. It's like the opposite of what you're, right? It brings it up. It brings it up, and they're telling you that, they're trying to tell you that that's just part of the healing as well. This card. Okay. Yeah, you don't need to be in this energy either. You don't need to be trying to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to see the goodness, because the goodness is here, period. This is the energy that you're clearing out. This is, if anything, this is these two energies together. You're clearing this out because you're seeing quite literally, the Hangman is trying to see, trying to understand. And it's like your wisdom, this wisdom has come with some sacrifices. But it's you're not hanging by on this tree anymore, okay? You're not lingering and trying to find the lesson here or the lesson here. The lessons have been found, is what they're trying to say. Your new foundation has been set. And this is part of your foundation. It's almost like, yeah, I get to enjoy this. I get to enjoy. Wow. You can't make that up. That is insane. I'm keeping all of that. And I'm going to read about this too. Yeah, okay. You can't not admire the things that you've been through that have been less than favorable. What is it? You didn't favor them. You didn't want to go through things like that. Painful, horrible shit that you've been through, right? You're reaching a point, okay, where you realize that that is part of your foundation. And how, if you're coming from Power One, this makes a lot of sense to me, but I'll say here too, it's that kind of, again, that self-hug, that it's self-acceptance that makes you realize, it makes it all click, and it clicks very fast as well. Look at all of that. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of good cards. And it's just back to back to back. Look at all those major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, my God. Not to mention, you pulled all of that as well. These three. Anyways, okay. The World, Temperance, the Lovers again from Pile 1, the Wheel, Justice. Not to mention these are in order, 10, 11. Okay, another 10, I like this. You see how your endings are beginnings? And your endings are karmic justice as well. And that applies to everything. Not just the bad, but also the good. It's okay for the things that did not work out. And this is what this is telling me. Because this, see, all of these cards came out and then the last one was this. I wouldn't want to pull anymore after this one. But your last card was this one. Was it this one? Yes, it was. And then, boom. If you wouldn't have walked away, if you wouldn't have let go when you needed to, learn from this, marinate in it, it's okay. Put yourself in uncomfortable positions. This is what the Hangman represents. Okay, that makes sense. You had to break your own heart a couple of times here. And it's not that you broke it yourself in the sense of like, let's say you were in a relationship, you cheated. Obviously, maybe you were the reason why this ended or whatever. That could apply to some of you, that's okay, but that's not how I'm seeing it. It's more of there were things that you needed to let go of. People, places, connections, friends, lovers. You had to be the one to let go because you were figuring yourself out. And in the process, you have found yourself. It's okay. And you found yourself through the hardships that you've been through. And that is a feat on its own. That is, may I say, speaks to your character, speaks to your quite literally ability to temper, be the magician that you are, okay? Speaks to, I think, a lot of kindness. There's kindness. Sorry, I gotta cover them because they're naked. It speaks to your kindness. It speaks to your resolve. It speaks to you sticking to your guns, because this is about choices as well. And it's hard. It can be very, very hard when you are trying to heal and trying to find the purpose, the reasons why things happened, didn't happen, worked out, didn't work out. All of it. You were really trying to see through it. It's hard to always choose love. It's very hard. But doing so, the more that you did it, the easier it became as well. Because now the wheel is kind of telling me, do you see that snake? It's the year of the snake again. It's coming up again. It came up in pile 1 as well. Okay. It became easier for you to get to the point of overwhelm to then let go. It's like that wheel kept turning. You went from a 1 to a 10 to a 1 to a 10 to 1. It turned and it turned and it turned and it turned and it's turning. Okay, this is what's coming in now. There's a little bit of the drapes kind of make me think of it's not completely revealed to you yet. Also, it's behind you in a way that this good fortune that's coming in. But they want you to know that it is because of the choices that you've made. Even when they were hard, even when they were self-sacrificing, in the name of quite literally knowing yourself and finding who you truly are. This is why you're so deserving of this. And it's time for you to, again, accept and be very receptive to this good energy that's coming in for you. This feels like a temperance too, because this is very symbiotic. This is, no one's in charge here. No one's leading anybody. There's coexistence. And that's what temperance kind of is for me too. This is very beautiful. Also, this was last year's card. This here is an year 9, so it's the Hermit. I think I think you, when you don't see your strength is when you get lost in the sauce, okay? When you don't see how deserving you are and how a lot of good things are coming in for you at this moment, it's hard for you to not get triggered. This is like, these two for me right now and in your reading kind of resemble like a little bit of triggers, right? Triggers that you get through very quickly. It's almost like the triggers are also there's a signal that come with it as like saying, hey, if you're recognizing that this is a trigger, that in itself is very healed behavior, if you want to word it that way. Progressive wisdom. There's wisdom here. This kind of looks like this energy to me as well. There's something brewing for you. And for a lot of you, what it feels like is there's something brewing within someone for you. There's an offer coming in here. All right, let's look at let's look at your oracle cards. I'm so curious. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. My Shayla. I don't know what I want to say that. My Shayla. That's so funny. Okay. Some of you could like the TikTok things and the trends and all of that, or you say it often with like coworkers or your friends or whatever. Hummingbird spirit joy 22 master teacher number. Yes. Oh my God, that is so amazing. Pile number 1 had 33, by the way, which when I tell you these are connected, you don't have to watch it, but I'm just saying, I'm being drawn to this little star thing because it's all over this card as well. Also, do you see the colors? The hummingbird? Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, they want you to accept joy into your life. There is a lot of joy coming in, actually. That's what the thing is. There's a lot of joy coming in, beautiful energy. You might want to, hummingbirds could be significant, birds in general could be significant, but also hummingbirds. You might want to look up like a hummingbird documentary or something, or maybe you have recently. They're amazing creatures. Also, I now I'm being called to think about their little hearts that never stop, and that they're always pumping so much. And it feels like that's you, like you never stop. Your heart chakra is very open, very giving. It's almost like where there's a lot of transformation that happens to you through that chakra, and it makes sense because of that fire that's within them there with temperance. That's very interesting. Yeah. And all the sun rays, just interesting. The heart activation thing could be a thing that's happening for you right now, or it's something that you bring to others as well. Okay. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Okay. This could be about the things that you're bringing in with this energy. They want you to, again, no, it's like no wish is too grand. No desire is too much. Like you're allowed to ask for what you want and not settle for anything less. And also accept the fact that good things are coming in for you. Hold that vision. Or some of you are getting actual visions. You're getting glimpses of what life is going to be like. And this could be in dreams. For others of you, it could be like quite literally in your life. You're seeing things, people living certain lives in a certain way. You're like, damn, that's literally what I want. And that's like the universe saying, hey, hold that vision because that's happening for you. Take that as it resonates. You're kidding. You're kidding right now. Okay. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. This is your energy. Oh my God, you're so cute. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side right now. Do you see these? How they're like resemble each other? But also, come on. You're so sweet. Such a sweet soul. There's so much, you have so much love for everything, everyone around you. It's like, which again, the heart is so open. It's so open, and they don't want you to think that's a bad thing also. Like, that's not a bad thing. Just because maybe it wasn't reciprocated or accepted in the past or seen for what it was, does not mean that you are in the wrong for being loving and open with people. Okay. All right. Let's see what the Dream Oracle has to say. Sky Dancer, surrender. Yeah, surrender to the sweetness of life. The nectar. There's good things here. Wow. Maybe you're a dancer, or you like to dance, or music in general just moves you. This is insane. That, I don't know if it's the sun or the moon. Obviously, I think it's the moon, but that's crazy. Interesting. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Do you see that green? Makes me think of the heart thing that I was talking about. Overflow. Overflow. I like the overflow in this case of love. Oh, that is really beautiful. That is very beautiful energy. Wow. Look at you, Paul, too. There's a lot of people that are going to be approaching you as of late, like, or that it has been happening, that want to be quite literally genuine friends. I'm seeing a lot of friendship energy. It's like what I'm feeling. But also, like I said, there's just one significant person too. And they're not hiding like their feelings. It's not in that way. I don't know why they want me to speak about that now, but I will, because this was coming through. It's not them hiding, because you see how this is hiding now behind this card. But yeah, it's not them hiding how they feel about you, or them like not wanting to present this to you, or offer you this connection, or offer you their friendship at first. Friends to lovers could be very significant here. It's not that. Like I said, you guys are very mirrored people, very mirrored souls. So you have to kind of recognize that what they are going through, you're going through as well. One of you is experiencing it maybe a little bit before the other, but however, where one is ahead in certain ways, another is catching up, and then vice versa, right? There's something about that. But it's more of they're slowly discovering who you are, and then that's going to be flipped on its head as well. No pun intended, but the Hangman. And then you're going to get to do the same, right? Someone has to go first is what I'm hearing. And for you in this case, because you are in the receptive mode of this, you are not going first, they're going first. So it's like they discover you first, and they go through that kind of alignment, and then you go through it. And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very cutesy. I cannot wait for you to experience this. It looked like a beautiful story as well. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Paltu, for letting me read for you. If the reading resonated, I do have to mention you might want to check out part 1, because now I'm thinking, oh, one was one person and the other was the other person. So see how it resonates for you. But yeah, feels that way for some of you. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Thank you to your spirit guides for trusting me with this message. I hope to see you in other readings. You guys have a good one. Hello, Pile 3. Sorry, I was taking a little bit of a water break. I've been talking a lot. So, if you picked Dalmatian Jasper, Little Pyramid, this is going to be your reading. Let me put this one over here. That was from Pile 2. I'll put your little guy over there. All right. So, this reading was intended to be kind of like a reading that, oh, sorry, I moved you. That if you don't have anything in mind, let your spirit guides kind of like bring something forward. So we have an identifier card, which is this one. We have some tarot to go along with it. And then these are going to be at the end for like advice. And then I'm going to use my tarot deck as well to dig into this energy before we do the oracles, okay? I don't have anything channeled for you. I did for the other 2 piles, but I don't for you. And that's okay. I don't know why I feel like doing this with your card. I'm very focused on the middle point here. I don't know if it's coming on camera, but it's just very more brighter than the other ones. Okay, that's interesting. This down here makes me think of the planet alignment that we're having at the moment. It's so interesting. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything channeled for you. I pick up the card and I'm like, oh, this and this and that. There's something, all right. Some of you could think that you're not connected to the matrix of life and the everything is intricately connected and all of that. Or you are, but for some reason you've been like, it's been turned off for a bit, or not intentionally. You feel like you're not connecting with the divine, and the divine is saying, oh no, you weren't offline. We were just, you were doing something. You were identifying what it felt like to be in your own energy, and you found that it was fine. It was fun to just be you without, I don't want to say spirit being so focused on you, but that is kind of what it feels like. But now it's kind of time. It's time for downloads for you. It's time for awareness. There's a lot of awareness coming in about something. Okay. Transparency. Ooh, okay. Transparency, and this all makes me think of like the veil is going to be very thin for you. Like I said, there's a lot of you who are now receiving a lot of information. There's transparency. There's transparency with the divine here. Your spirit guides are funny because I'm like focusing on all of this, right? And I'm like, kind of looks like, you know, like a biblical angel, an abstract of that. And I just heard, be not afraid, you know, like that meme. Anyways, all right, let's see what this says. The energy of transparency supports our expansion towards higher vibrational states of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. Okay. The moments that you feel like you are not as connected or not as psychic, not as clairvoyant, not as whatever the clairs you are, whatever kind of magic you deal with, you feel like it's not happening for you. It's the moments that are actually trying to attune you to a certain frequency here. So it's like they're saying you gotta go with that, and I think you already do it intuitively. Especially, this is really interesting. Okay, especially since in the intro I said, which I don't even know if the intro recorded because I literally, my mic turned off and I didn't know it was off. Okay, anyways. But if I didn't say it, or I said it but it wasn't recorded in the beginning, I will say it now. the reading, this reading, these three piles, I had them out for like a week and I was not ready to record this reading. But today I was like, oh, today's the day that I'm recording it. And I've been saying that to myself for a while, by the way. I didn't say that in the intro, but not saying it like, oh, today's the day. But I was like, yeah, maybe I'll record it today. Maybe, maybe, maybe. And it never happened. But I didn't push myself to do it, right? And today I was like, yeah, today's the day. And that phrase was just like, yeah, today's the day to record this reading. Kind of like that. It's like you have to go with your intuition. So when it comes to your magic and or not just your magic, I want to phrase this differently, but that's just the word that keeps coming up. But like whatever energy work that you're doing, or you're used to doing, now when it doesn't, it's not as easy for you to do, you kind of have to give it a rest. Try something else is what they're saying. Let's say, for example, you're someone who really enjoys doing a reading for themselves every single day because it gives you a lot of clarity. But for some reason, you've been trying and it just doesn't feel right, doesn't click, you don't trust the cards that you're getting. Maybe it's time to shift. Instead of doing that, maybe you want to go see a pick a pile. And you don't have to do it every day, but like there's something like whatever you gravitate towards, do that instead. Maybe you get an app and you shuffle the cards and let the app choose for you, and that you would trust. Does that make sense? Like there's something about, it's not necessarily that you stop doing or connecting with the divine in the way that you do. It's just trust the things that you're guided to be doing. Because yeah, that makes sense. Because the things that you're guided towards, gravitating towards, are the ones that are going to be very transparent, very easy to read, as they should be, because that's where they want you to focus anyways. Okay, all right. I don't know if that was like a call out for some of you. It felt like that. I'm sorry, but I'm being very transparent because that's where your energy is. Okay. I'm getting a lot of Ace of Swords feeling from this card as well. It's a beautiful energy. It's so ethereal. Like just the picture itself is very like I said before, angelic almost. Okay. Oh, not the Ace of Swords, but the Page of Swords. That is cute. Oh, that's such a cute kitten. Oh my god. I can't make that shit up. Like literally, what was I talking about before? You're so magical. That's why the word magic kept coming up. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it now. You feel like a page, my dear. You feel like a page, but you are not a page. This is what you are. But also, it is okay for when you feel like you're not connecting as you should be to feel this way. It means that you're exploring something new and you're going to develop it, and develop it in the sense of like you literally will understand it. The sword energy makes sense to me again now because of that, all that blue and that baby blue. The sky, of course, is air energy. Of course, it's Aquarius energy. We are in Aquarius season. Some of you could be Aquariuses. We also are in the age of Aquarius. We're aligning towards the age of Aquarius, of discovery, of a lot of information, of being new, a certain information that's coming through for the collective, that you could be someone who anchors in because of, and don't take this as like me saying anything that I'm not saying, okay? But your status, your your divine being, okay? We're all divine beings, but you are a divine being with a certain status, meaning you have certain responsibilities. Doesn't make you better or worse than anything, right? If anything, that angelic energy that I was feeling, that could be your, quite literally your energy, but it's also the divine kind of saying like, yeah, you have angelic energy just like angels have angelic energy. And it's kind of like there's no hierarchy to this, and you know this. but it wants to be kind of said again, or they want you to anchor that in as well, by the way, for the collective, that there's no separateness. That makes sense why this was calling me in. That point, that dot could be you. Do you see that? Okay. You are the center of the universe, and at the same time you're not, because you're part of the cosmos as well. Does that make sense? Right? It's like, and you might want to breathe a lot, or you've been doing a lot of breathing exercises or something, because I'm seeing something come in and then expand, come in, and it feels like a breath, but it feels like the breath, right? You give life, you speak things into life as well, Pal 3. You're very powerful. You don't just perceive, you make. You know what it is to have the power to make things out of thin air. And air itself, there's something about the breath is significant here, but air itself is like, that's you. That's how magical you are. You can make things out of thin air. Air itself could be an element that you're working with at the moment. Or as someone who is pursuing a high priestess kind of life, they want you to work with the element of air at this moment in time as well. It would make sense with transparency. The more I look at this card, the more things come up, because now I'm seeing it like, yeah, it could be a swish of air coming in, because these are not, like, both sides don't look the same. So it's almost like there's energy coming through from this side and like sweeping in. Okay, let's ask about this. I'm gonna ask about the Page of Swords a little bit more, see what that's about. I think it's you feeling like, you know, it makes sense. This newness that's coming in that you're trying to understand is putting you in a position of a page. Yeah, you are kind of new at it. You're new to the energy, or to working with the energy, understanding everything that you need to understand about it. But that doesn't mean you're not supported by the fact that you are this already, right? You already are the High Priestess. Okay. Page of Swords. Let's see what that's about. I kept, you know, it was always in the split, and I didn't want to bring it up, but it's there. Okay, that makes sense too. See how it's Pentacles, but there's so much of that color again. Okay. And that also makes sense to me. You are quite literally trying to figure it out, balancing what you're receiving here. Okay. Wow. And I need to, like, do you see how we go from, again, the air energy to Pentacles? Like I said, you're making things. You make things out of thin air, because you bring them from the headspace, or you receiving information. You bring them into reality, because then you play with the energy. You're alchemizing, you're manipulating it, and you're anchoring it, you're planting it, quite literally. And you do this within yourself first, which is then why it's like, you know the saying, if you want to see change in the world, you have to be it, right? It is quite literally about how you yourself and how you show up every day is your reality, is your world. Therefore, that is part of the world that you're trying to create, or it's part of the world, period, right? And it also speaks to how one person can have an impact. That's you. They need you to kind of understand that as well. They need you to, Pal 3, if you don't consider yourself this magical being, and that you like, you know, you're this, you're not boasting about it, and you're not being like, you know, you don't give yourself the title, or you know what I mean, like. And it's not necessarily just because you're humble, it's just also because you feel like you're not worthy of like calling yourself that, or it's more of like, I don't know, do I really do it? Yes, you do. Okay, this is your confirmation right here. You needed to hear it. You know when the veil is thin. You know when things are happening. You gravitate towards certain magics. You gravitate towards certain elements. You talk about it. It comes into your reality. You understand it. You are able to make sense of it. You internalize it. You plant it. You anchor it into reality. They really want you to believe that you do that because you do it. Okay? You do. You do it quickly as well. You're so magical, dude. What? This is the fastest moving night. Also, again, that air energy again. The contrast of these, the pentacle and the swords together are very interesting to me. Because you would never think of putting earth and wind together. But then again, I don't have to think of that, but you've thought of it. You've done it. You see what I mean? Like, this is what you do. Like, in your own self-discovery, you allow others to also make sense of themselves. That's part of your magic. Oh my God. You thin the veil for other people about themselves as well. The transparency thing, it happens in your reality to you. It happens within you. And then because you are the alchemist that you are, you can't help but share it. You share that energy with others. Wow. Yes, you share it. Oh my God. And you know what? With yourself, you're a little bit harsh. You're a little bit like, I need to do this faster. You've jumped from a page to a night. Do you see that? Do you see that? And you did it fast too, because then you went from a 2 to a 7. So you didn't even get to the Ace of Pentacles part. You skipped that. You were like already manipulated. You were already like, okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, it's planted, it's anchored, it's in the garden already. Let's go. Like you might feel like sometimes you're behind when the energy is not as transparent, because it's not transparent anymore because you are internalizing it, so that then it could be transparent to others. And how you bring this forward, Pile 3, is such in a beautiful way. You receive it in this way, but you don't rush anybody into it. If anything, you just carry it with you. You let it flow. You take one step at a time. You do it beautifully. The little winds are interesting because the wings make me think of that energy though. You are doing it fast for others as well, but you do it lovingly and beautifully. Oh, you deliver messages, or your words or your wisdom is delivered in a loving way, and it just hits right. It anchors into their reality in a peaceful way. And you have to understand, Pile 3, that it does that. You do that for others because you embody this beautiful energy. Part of the wisdom that you've been receiving is about, quite literally, where your energy is not well received, you need to leave. That's part of the wisdom that comes with this as well. The transparency that's coming in, it's not just about, the things that you're helping the collective with and therefore helping yourself with, but it's also about your quite literal practical life, as far as, if I'm not well received here, then this is not where I'm meant to be, and you move on. But again, even that you do beautifully. God, you know what? You live places better than you found them. And you know what it is for someone to walk away with love, and then to also feel like, my gosh, you're a little bit of a contradiction to me, because yes, you accept the fact that this is you, but at the same time you're like, yeah, but I could have done better, I could have done more, I could have done... No, things played out how they needed to. You need to accept that about who you are as well. Things played out for you and others how they needed to. Wow, that is interesting. I wanted to pull one card, which would have been this one, but look at that. Yeah, things played out how they needed to. Look at the bottom of the deck. Judgment. I'm not gonna lie, this got a little heavy energy wise. It's now have a little bit of a, there's like a little bit of pain between my shoulder blades all of a sudden. That is very interesting. I was not feeling that before. You guys definitely do energy work. Believe it or not, you do your energy work. Well, you do it to yourself first, and you could be someone who notices patterns of like what certain body parts hurt, or certain emotions come up when certain things are happening in your life, and you're very good at noticing, and like I said, very quickly making sense of what's happening to you. However, there's something here that might have blindsided you in the past, especially when it came to the choices you made in love or in connections in general. It could have really messed you up. Yeah, okay. And this is why this Eight of Cups was really telling me that no, it's okay. Things played out how they needed to, and you left the things, you were guided to leave. It's almost like you were okay, this is what I'm hearing. You were yeeted out of the places where you didn't need to be anymore. The divine did this, and it could have felt like it was done to you, but you're slowly realizing it was done for you, or you've realized it already, but it was kind of hard to digest, to accept that, you know, like this potential actually ended with this. And what I'm hearing is, if it's not meant to be, it wouldn't be. And this is not also like the end all be all. This is also, we crumble, but then we rebuild stronger. Okay, there's something, the building blocks of something is interesting too, because I also mentioned, when I said, oh, you leave places better than you found them, I was thinking how everything's very neatly put back together. The only thing missing is you. You're not there anymore, right? That cup, the ninth cup, is not there. It's going with you. You're taking your love where it needs to go, okay? And first of all, where it needed to go before anything was within, and you've done that. You've done that. But you're able to recognize now in retrospect, right, how this influx of information, transparency from the universe was a tower moment. Maybe a big realization is coming in for you as well, or that could be the realization that's coming in. Everything kind of like connecting the dots is what I'm hearing. Oh my God. Okay, that's it. When I tell you you're magical, look at the Nine of Cups. I was talking about the Nine of Cups. You are the Nine of Cups. And the Hermit, okay. When you feel like the transparency is not there, you go within, you really do. Oh my God. But then, you know what? Now it's, you are, when I tell you, you reached a new level here in your practice, in your, in your journey, and a lot of what feels like is it's meant to be, I don't want to say your career or who you are or like what you do, but it is a big part of who you are, which I feel like your spirituality is a big part of who you are. You've reached a new level here. This year is going to be the year where you see this play out in your reality even more. There's a lot of calmness to your energy, mainly because there's like that self-realization, right? You're not competing against anybody. You're not comparing yourself with anyone. Also, there's something about you're in your own lane, because you are quite literally in your own lane, in the sense of, I don't think many people have the path that you have. And I think you need to also recognize that. It's gonna be very apparent to you, I feel like, this year. And like I said, you are the ninth cup. You're the one who, again, and now in the Nine of Cups, you're the 10th cup, because that's what you bring with you. And it's meant to be where it's honored, not where it's just, I feel like, not appreciated. And here is put in a, not in a pedestal, because you're meant to be put in a pedestal, but at the same time, yeah, you should give yourself kudos for this. This is not easy to do. This is not easy to do, which is why this is not easy to be in sometimes. Sometimes all we know is the struggle, the transformation, the constant alchemization of who we are, ever changing, ever evolving. And they're saying it's time to enjoy that you've arrived at a very beautiful point in your journey. Very wise. Wise beyond your years. Okay, let's see what your oracles say. Oh my God. Willow spirit, flexibility. Do you see the transparency? Quite literally, you have a spirit here. And the spirit of the willow, you might want to look up a willow tree and what it means. Willows make me think of wallowing, which makes me think of sadness. Obviously, I don't know, maybe that's connected to them, but the spirit world and you are one and the same. You see through many veils. There's a lot of, I just heard you have little cracks in many curtains, right? Like it's almost like I'm seeing someone literally choosing where to look, like being, oh, let me see what's going on in this realm, or let me see what's going on in this realm. You do that. I don't know how you do it. You know how you do it, but you do it. And that's so awesome. That's so magical. You're so magical. You're also like a guide for, if you feel like your energy, oh, okay. Your energy feels like a guide. Like, you know, when you connect with your spirit guides and their energy is, you know, like very, I don't know how else to say, but like holy. It feels non-judgmental. It feels, like I said, you deliver wisdom with such kindness, and like, and it's not that you maneuver your words or your actions to do it. You just naturally do it, which is why, again, if it's so natural, you do it so naturally. You could be an earth guide for a lot of people, believe it or not. And even if you're not actively guiding people through certain things, by guiding yourself to certain things, like I said, you anchor that energy in. You're part of a collective, okay? Ooh, fiery climax approaches. A full moon in Aries. All right, watch out for Aries season. Or not Aries season. Well, maybe Aries season, but definitely watch out for when do we have a full moon in Aries. You might want to look that up. That could be significant for some of you. As a high priestess, I can see how you work with the moons. For sure, you work with the moon. The sun and the moon are here too. The moon is here. You definitely work with spirits. Some of you could be uh, someone who talks to past loved ones. Um, what I keep seeing is in between worlds is what keeps coming to my head. Ooh, this is interesting. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but different with different challenges. Yes. Okay. That could be where that compassion comes in. You exercise it in this way. You've alchemized maybe the energy of envy. You see it for what it is now, which is you being attracted to other people's qualities, but also recognizing that you do possess those qualities, but for you, there's different challenges that lead you to those qualities. Does that make sense? Yeah. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yep. Different challenges that, again, that the wisdom that come from them can still help others, even though they're not the same challenges as yours. Something about that. Like, you don't necessarily have to help the people that have been exactly through the things that you've been through, because other people can recognize the fact that you have a lot of wisdom to give, even though you're not in their shoes and you've never been. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Okay. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. Rude girl, the disowned self. Wow. There's that page again, that childlike thing. The roots, the willow tree, the garden. Like I kept saying, you're anchoring in. So maybe you said roots. You root things into this world, into this plane of existence. That can be lonely, especially if you're doing it for your collective. But then think about how root systems work. You are part of a collective. Just because you're, I just saw like, you're the tree who got struck by lightning doesn't mean that you don't have the capability of like using that energy, and not just using it, but like you have a release for it because you have a root system that you can let it go with, or the earth herself helps you with it. There's something about you realizing that you're not alone here, and you're not alone on this. And if you feel alone, your spirit guides, or one significant spirit guide, or one significant person that's coming, that you're encountering in your life, it's gonna mirror your energy back to you as well. Oh, that's so interesting. That's come up with every paddle. But the inner child healing is very beautiful. Maybe you've done a lot of that recently, and a lot of this wisdom comes from your inner child and the roots that were set when you were a child. And now you're tapping into those little pathways of wisdom, because root systems are how trees get nourishment as well, and they communicate with each other. There's you being part of like a web, being part of a collective that is struggling with different things, bringing different things, anchoring different things, and different healing different parts of themselves. But however, it all goes back to the root of something, meaning it all goes back to, that's why I'm saying for a lot of you, it feels like it's a career path. It's something you're meant to be doing right now, or you will be doing in this lifetime. Maybe you've done it a lot of times. I could definitely see how some of you could have been spirit guides before, and now you're incarnated here, and you're like having a little bit of a hard time experiencing this plane of existence, but at the same time, you're enjoying the ride. And just because you're new at it, oh, this is so interesting. That's definitely for some of you. Just because you're new at it, or you're new here, doesn't mean that you don't carry this from past lives as well. The High Priestess, the Hermit, that deep inner knowing of who you are, your roots. Your roots are meant, you're meant to hug them. You're meant to like integrate that, okay? It's not that you've disowned yourself. It's not that. Maybe you weren't seeing your potential. There's a lot of accepting your potential, seeing your potential. Or not just your potential, but seeing that you are the shit. You are the High Priestess, okay? And there's nothing, you know, you're just like everybody else, just with different challenges. Okay, very nice. I don't know why I want to get more cards. Hold on, let's see. This reading is very long, as not just your reading, but like the video itself is very long already. But let's see if we can, there's something else. So I'm gonna just see what comes up. Okay, yeah. You're definitely finding kindred spirits, okay? There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of people like you. Like I said, you're not lonely. You're not alone. You could be feeling lonely, but they want you to know that you're not alone, okay? You're not alone. And if you, when you feel that way, call in help. If you can, communicate with someone about it. But if what you have is spirit for it, then you pray about it, you cry about it, you ask for help, guidance. You ask for understanding, transparency. You call upon maybe ancestors as well. And the help will come, what you deserve, the things that you offer to others will be offered to you. Wow. For a lot of you, I have to say it again because it's coming up again, the help that you've been through, the guiding light that you've been for other people are going to bring that for you too. They can be that for you as well. They're saying you're building, or you're about to have a support system, or there's something about, yeah, that reciprocity, that very good, harmonious friendships and people in your life. Which is interesting that that's being under the Hermit because they're alone. But they, especially when it comes to your practice and the things that you do for the collective, they want you to know that you're not alone, okay? You're not alone in that. And you're about to like quite literally see it in the 3D as well. Okay, love that for you. Thank you so much, Patu, for letting me read for you. Thank you to your spirit guides for trusting me with this reading. And I hope to see you in other ones. You guys have a good one.